every bad financial decision you have ever made happened at a specific hour of the day. Not because you were stupid, not because you were careless, because your brain, running low on a resource it can never stockpile, quietly switched modes. And in that mode, it will pay almost anything to make a choice stop. Neuroscientists call it decision fatigue, and the name undersells it. Fatigue sounds like you get a little sleepy. What actually happens is more like a hostile takeover of your judgment. The part of your brain responsible for weighing consequences, calculating value, and resisting impulse slowly loses fuel. And the part that just wants relief takes over completely. Here is the mechanism. Every decision you make, from what to eat for breakfast to whether to reply to an email, draws from the same finite cognitive pool. Researchers at Columbia and Ben Gurion University discovered this by studying over 1,000 parole board hearings. Prisoners seen early in the morning receive parole about 65% of the time. Prisoners seen late in the day received it less than 10% of the time. Same files, same crimes, different hour. The judges were not cruel. They were depleted, and a depleted brain does not flip a coin. It defaults. It picks the safest, lowest effort outcome, which in a parole board means keeping someone locked up. In a shopping cart, it means clicking by. In a restaurant, it means ordering the most expensive thing on the menu because reading the descriptions has become genuinely painful. Grocery stores have known this for decades. It is why the most expensive, least nutritious items are placed at eye level and near the checkout. By the time you reach the register, you have already made hundreds of micro decisions. Which aisle, which brand, which size, organic or not. Your resistance is gone. That candy bar costs almost nothing to make and almost nothing to resist at 9 in the morning. At 7 in the evening after work, it is practically irresistible. But grocery stores are just the most visible example. The same mechanism is being exploited everywhere, and increasingly it is being exploited with mathematical precision. Subscription services bury their cancellation flows at the end of long settings menus, not by accident. Airlines show you the base fare first, then add fees one screen at a time, knowing that by the 5th screen, you are so committed and so tired of deciding that you will pay the baggage fee without blinking. Car dealerships understood this before the internet existed. The average car negotiation lasts 4 to 5 hours. That is not because the math is complicated. It is because the salesperson is waiting. They are waiting for the exact moment when you have been sitting in that chair long enough that the price stops feeling like a number and starts feeling like an exit. You stop asking whether the price is fair. You start asking whether signing means you can finally leave. What makes this especially insidious is that you do not feel it happening. Decision fatigue does not announce itself. You do not think, I am cognitively depleted and therefore susceptible to overpaying. You think, honestly, this seems fine, or I deserve this, or it is not that much more. Those thoughts feel like reasoning. They are not reasoning. They are your brain generating justifications for a conclusion it reached for purely biological reasons. Researchers call those post hoc rationalizations. Your decision-making system goes offline. Your impulse system picks an option, and then your narrative brain, which is always running, writes a story about why that was a smart choice. This is why you can remember the justification for every bad purchase you have ever made. You generated that justification yourself, after the fact, in about 3 seconds. Glucose is part of the story, but only part. Early research suggested that decision fatigue was simply blood sugar dropping. Eat a snack. Restore your willpower. That idea has been largely complicated by newer findings. It is not just fuel. It is attention. It is the specific cognitive load of evaluating trade-offs. Your brain does not get tired of thinking in general. It gets tired of comparing options, weighing uncertainty, and delaying gratification. Those are the precise skills that protect your wallet. And modern life is engineered to drain those exact skills before you even open your wallet. 40 years ago, the average American made a few dozen meaningful decisions in a day. Today, between apps, notifications, menus, settings, subscriptions, and feeds, researchers estimate that number is in the thousands. You arrive at any real financial decision, a purchase, a contract, a negotiation, already worn down by 10,000 tiny ones you do not even remember making. So what actually protects you? The research is surprisingly concrete. The single most effective defense is timing. High-stakes financial decisions made before noon show dramatically lower rates of regret and overpayment than those made after 3 in the afternoon. This is not a personality trait. It is not discipline. It is scheduling. The people who consistently make good financial choices are not more rational. They are more deliberate about when they let decisions happen. The second defense is constraint before depletion. People who set hard rules before they are tired, a budget written down, a list made in advance, a price ceiling decided at home, consistently outperform people who decide in the moment, regardless of intelligence or income. The rule is doing the thinking so your tired brain does not have to. A written grocery list is not a life hack. It is a cognitive prosthetic. The third defense is recognizing the pressure tactics designed to exploit exactly this vulnerability. Any negotiation that runs long on purpose, any checkout process with more than 3 steps, any sales environment that keeps you waiting in a chair, these are decision fatigue machines. They are built to find the hour when your brain goes for sale and keep you there until it does. Knowing that does not make you immune, but it makes you slower to sign. The most important reframe is this: bad financial decisions are not character flaws. They are the predictable output of a biological system being run past its limits in an environment specifically designed to profit from that. The brain that overpays at 8 in the evening is the same brain that would have refused at 8 in the morning. Nothing changed about your values or your intelligence. One thing changed, and the people selling to you counted on it.